I think the Co-op Council is about removing the kind of bureaucracy and the closedness of the town hall and actually going out into the community, working with the community, and I think the word with is very important in that, working with the community, and bringing together local ward councillors as well, so that you've got a really powerful different alliance between councillors, community and officers, all working together to find solutions to local problems.
The idea was really around looking at the skills of people who live on the Tulse Hill estate and looking at how we could develop opportunity for people to share those skills with each other, to learn from each other, and really to work together in terms of community building.
The aim of the project was to get my bike, a barbecue and a trailer and go to all different parts of my local community and give people free food, to talk to them about being unemployed or getting them into any further training. I got them to fill out forms and they filled out forms about being unemployed in the local area. I went back to High Trees where I was doing voluntary work, and the unemployment officer there, she would phone every single person that filled out a form.
Lambeth Poly is a project that in the long term aims to develop capacity in the borough for it to feed itself. So that capacity is in terms of creating a cohort of farmers who are trained to grow under plastic and know enough about plant science. The idea was to have a simple design whereby volunteers can understand the system and look after it themselves once they've had the training.
Everyone kind of felt, you know what, it would be really good if we could tackle some of the speeding traffic and the volume of traffic, because there's a lot of rat running that goes on down here. And just the atmosphere and the environment in a street could return back to how it probably was 10, 20 years ago. So we wanted to start to put kind of big planters or something in the road. Well, if you put barriers in the road visually, you stop the racetrack mentality of cars coming down.
All of these projects, I think, were cracking examples of going out, finding inspiration in the local community, building on the creativity to find really cross-cutting, effective solutions and things that you would never actually have thought about if you were trying to design a solution from the town hall.
I think what we were looking for was some practical examples of how the council could work together with its partners and community organisations and individuals to demonstrate that we could work together on a very micro scale, so focusing on Herne Hill and Tulse Hill, and I suppose providing practical examples of co-production in action that could really deliver real change and demonstrate that working together cooperatively we could deliver more than if the council did it on its own.
We were working with community members from Tulse Hill, Herne Hill and people from Lambeth Council, and we use a diagonal slice, or a diagonal dozen as we call it. So we have essentially 12 movers and shakers from the community and Lambeth Council who are going to be the core project team. We have a methodology where we prioritise the projects in 30-day, 60-day and 90-day sections. So the longest project we hope will take 90 days, which is really, really good, and some of them are much, much quicker.
I think what we've learned is the ones that have been most successful in taking forward are the ones that had really strong leadership, whether that was somebody in the council really wanting to take it forward or somebody within the community or one of our partner organisations. It's not enough for us to purely deliver services or for us to provide particular funding streams to enable people to deliver what they want. We recognise that actually we need to be a facilitator and an enabler, and we need to provide support to people within our communities, whether they're statutory partners or community groups or individuals who want to kind of get something delivered.
Imposing a change is very tough, but if you can slowly evolve, even if it's just small results all the time, then it would have been worthwhile.
The aim is eventually to have more of these polytunnels around the borough, and they could be on public housing sites as the one at Tulse Hill Estate is.
So the idea from the beginning was that we're gonna leave this in our hands of tenants on the estate, and yeah, I would absolutely love to do this. Yeah.
From working with Lambeth Council, Design Council and High Trees, I've been able to further my careers and expand my skills in youth work, and they've opened a few different doors that I've been moving on to by working with them.
As people begin to share together, to learn together, they become more confident, their self-esteem becomes stronger, and they become less reliant on other people and on other organisations and maybe on the council to provide services which they realise they can provide themselves.
I obviously lived on the estate for a while, and really want to see the estate flourish. And the way that I believe it's going to flourish is for local people to get involved.
It's actually putting into practice, I think, some of the values that we've articulated through the Co-op Council. It really is very demonstrably going out to the community, working with them, giving them some support to generate ideas that they think would be inspiring, innovative and effective in their local area.